Today on the channel, we're looking at a character who once had his own toy line. Today we're looking at Marvel's Crystar on The Way I Got It Figured.
The Way I Got It Figured.
What's up, figure fans? Way I Got It Figured. Back with another Marvel Legends review. This time we're looking at our 6th figure in the Void Build-A-Figure wave. We're looking at Marvel's Crystar, who, due to his action figure pedigree, made me feel that that's more important than just him being a part of the Void figure wave. This is, of course, his first Marvel Legends figure, but he once was the star of his own toy line. Back in the day, in the 80s, Crystar had a toy line called Crystar Crystal Warrior from Remco, and I'll show some of the packaging from that toy line. And Marvel did a comic book for Crystar also in that time, and they battled like the Magma Men, the Forces of Chaos, whatever it happened to be. And I had a Crystar when I was a kid. It came with a little sword, looked just like that. It came with a shield. And there were other guys. One guy was like green. One guy was like a wizard. It looked like a regular person. It was cool. It was like one of those sort of like B or C tier kind of toy lines. It wasn't, super, you weren't going to Toys R Us to buy those. You would buy them in Rite Aid or something like that. But nonetheless, it is a true fact that really happened that Crystar had his own toy line. For our purpose, though, he is finishing off the Void figure, Build-A-Figure wave. We're going to complete the Void in this video, and then we'll have one last video to do with the Black Panther. And during his review, Black Panther's review will also be a ranking video for ranking all 7 figures in the wave. Well, I guess 8 because the Void is part of it. So we're going to get into that, and we're going to start off with the packaging as we always do. So we've got Marvel's Crystar, and I apologize for not showing the entire box of the frame. I don't know why my camera doesn't want to do it today, but I couldn't get it all the way in the frame without it being partially out of frame. So you got Crystar's got some extra hands. One's a fist, the other one's some kind of open hand, probably the hand to hold the sword. And the last 2 sets of tentacles are kind of hiding out in the back there. Got some artwork of Crystar on the side, and even though you can't see the full picture, he's doing pretty much like the He-Man, I have the power pose, which was commonly seen on his comic book covers. Crystar again, and then he does have some text. Crystar, Prince of Crystallium, leads an elite team of crystal warriors against the threat of chaos. So, jury's out on whether we're going to see any of the bad guys or any of his crystal buddies. I would actually kind of expect to see at least the green guy, because he was just a green kind of palette swap of Crystar. I think he had a different head, but he pretty much was Crystar, but like in green. And they're not going to make any Marvel Legends mold that it be unique to any given character. So I'm sure when they tooled this guy out, they already had planned to make somebody else from the Crystal Warriors. So it wouldn't surprise me to see that. So we're going to get Crystar out, take a look at him, and do some posing, of course, do some comparisons. And this translucency is making it hard to see him in the package, but there you go. and we'll see what we got. So here is Crystar out of the package with all of his accessories. And it looks like both of his hands are actually gripping hands. Of course, he's got a fist on his right hand and a gesturing kind of hand on his left. You got your sword, your shield, and you've got your Void Build-A-Figure stingery tentacle things. So, starting off, of course, with the main attraction, Crystar. He's pretty cool. Wow, it's kind of belts. He's got this diamond belt on him, and it's kind of sharp. It's actually sharp. I definitely wouldn't want to give this like a little kid. It's pretty sharp. So be careful with that. But we are looking at a heretofore brand new sculpt, not shared with anyone. He's completely pinless, of course, as with all brand new sculpts, from Marvel Legends. He's got his little boots. And it's interesting because the red stuff is definitely like this matte finish red. It's different than like the red you would see on Captain America. It's very matte. Most likely to contrast well with the blue and helmet, and you actually have somewhat of a difficulty of getting the details in the figure to show because of how he is crystalline in a sense. It's got pretty decent articulation, no butterfly joints. It's all no butterfly joints. I don't think he really needs them. That would just probably add to the parts count. Looks up pretty good. Looks down really good. His ab crunch is definitely hindered by the belt. But he goes back pretty far, but he can't go down all the way because, oh yeah, he can. Look at that. I don't know. That's about as far as he goes forward, but of course you'd be bending the diamond. Doesn't seem like it's permanently bent out of shape, but you got to be careful with it. His waist obviously swivels, but it's definitely, hindered by there. I mean, you probably can get him in a decent sword fighting pose. That's about as far as he goes. Kicks about there. Kicks back to about there. It's funny, you can see the joints in there. That's very cool. I mean, it's kind of silly, but it's very cool how you can see the joints in here. You see the joints in his arms. He does have, well, he doesn't have boot swivel. At least couldn't get it to work there. No, he doesn't have boot cut. So he's a Marvel Legends figure. He's pretty articulate, but he's not quite as articulate as everybody. But you get enough to do what you got to do with him. The crystalline nature of the figure is definitely going to make it somewhat difficult to pull that off anyway. So I'm not going to judge him too harshly because he's a brand new Marvel Legends figure, and he definitely is Crystar, the character from my childhood. So I try to get these guys in a logical order in order to build build a figure. So while I'm getting him first to last, I probably, if I had to pick the order and didn't care about, how we were building the figure, he probably would have been second, to be honest. After Power Princess, who everybody wants. Check out the Power Princess video for that. And then, of course, we can take his fist out. Pop in a grabby hand. Give him his sword. Now he can have the power like another guy we know. I'm going to imagine that's the hand that you want to have with the shield. Probably this one. So we've got Crystar geared up. And he looks good with his sword and shield. And it's nice that you have more than one guy with sword and shield. There's a bunch of melee weapons in this wave. You can have Crystar fight Namor or fight Power Princess. They have weapons, so that's pretty cool. Kind of like that. And Crystar has been sort of canonized into the Marvel, let's say, multiverse. He inhabits kind of a pocket dimension called Weird World, where a bunch of stuff just sort of got kludged in, and this started in 2012's Secret Wars series. And it wasn't 2012, it was 2015 Secret Wars. But yeah. So this is the action figure, the new wave action figure version of Crystar. So next thing we're going to do, of course, is finish off the Void. Alright, so here's the Void. And we're going to attach his final tentacles. And finish off the evil version of the Sentry. And voila, we're done. And these things make him extremely back heavy. Extremely back heavy. He is extremely back heavy. So yeah, he's big, he's beefy, he is exceedingly back heavy, but he looks awesome. So yeah, so you got the Void completed. And probably need a figure stand or something to get them to stay up, or I guess these things to stay in because they want to keep falling out. It's kind of odd because they do go in and seem like they're, they seem like they're secure in there, but this one wants to keep falling out. So you might have to, I don't know, maybe glue it. But he is complete. So now you got the Void, the evil alter ego of the Sentry, and that is gonna do it for that. And we'll put him, we'll put him in the rotation for the rating video for the wave. It's so weird. these stay in perfectly. This one don't want to. Yeah, I'm starting to get frustrated. You might want to glue them. You might want to glue them. If they don't, the bottom ones stay in. It never once came out. That video just went live yesterday. These have not come out since that time. But these top ones are not cooperating like that. So there's that. Look out for it. Probably gonna affect his overall standing in the wave. But it's definitely not something that some glue won't fix. So you can just glue it. I don't know what else you would do. It's just gonna come out. It's gonna come out. Too. So there's that. All right, let's bring back in Crystar for some final thoughts. Final thoughts on the Void Build-A-Figure wave. Marvel's Crystar figure. He's definitely a nice figure. He's got a new body. Of course, there's no one else that has quite this body. His crystal buddy can probably have it, but he's a unique figure. Doesn't have all the articulation of a Marvel Legend. Some of that's based on his the boots, based on this diamond here. But he is a fairly decent and accurate to the source material figure. His first time in the line and all that. I think I'm gonna give him an 8. I can't quite give him a 9. There's enough about him that's not 100%. It's not like I'm banging my figures together. He poses well enough for that, but there are Marvel Legends figures that pose better than that. It's not bad. It is totally understandable based on the character and the things that have to be there to make him look correct. An 8 isn't a disappointing number. Is it kind of mid? Sure, but it's a little. He's better than mid, but he's not spectacular. So I'm gonna stick with the 8. All right, guys, we finished the Void Build-A-Figure part of the series of reviews. We finished the Void. His top tentacles want to fall out. Probably want to glue them. I didn't get these guys to sell them, so I'm probably going to glue them. But we got one more to go. We got the Black Panther. No surprises. And in that video, we'll do the Black Panther review. Show them with the old Toy Biz Black Panther, which I still have. And then we'll rank all of the figures in the wave. So be on the lookout for that sometime next week. If you're new to the channel, please like and subscribe. We got a lot more Marvel Legends content to go. And I will see you all on the next video. Until then, everybody stay safe. Peace. You've already seen him. Ooh.
The way I got it figured.